Hello, this is Evelyn Saga again, and this moment we will discuss all about power flow of contact point ignition system. So, contact point ignition system, as you can see here in the image above, this is a contact point ignition system diagram. So, this diagram goes like this. So, when the engine is running, the distributor shaft and distributor cam rotate. This action causes the distributor cam to open and close the contact points. With the contact points wired to primary winding of the ignition coil, the contact point make and break the ignition coil primary circuit. With the contact points closed, the magnetic field builds up in the coil. As the points open, the magnetic field collapses and voltage is sent to the spark plugs. With the distributor operating at one-half of engine speed and with only one cam for each engine cylinder, each spark plug only fires once during a complete revolution of the distributor cam. To ensure that the contact points are closed for a set time, point dwell, as known as cam angle, is set by using a dwell meter. Point dwell is the amount of time given in degrees of distributor rotation that the points remain closed between each opening. A dwell period is required to assure that the coil has enough time to build up a strong magnetic field. If the point dwell is too small, the current will have insufficient time pass through the primary windings of the ignition coil, resulting in a weak spark. However, if the point dwell is too great, the contact points will not open far enough, resulting in arcing or burning the points. This may sound a little confusing, but it makes sense when you understand that the points act to open and close the ground circuit. Remember that the breaker points open and close as the distributor shaft rotates. One half of the point set is fixed and the other half pivots, and there is a rubbing block on the movable half of the point set. The distributor shaft has loops that contact the rubbing block. These loops act as a cam to push the points open, thereby breaking the electrical connection between the points. The points have spring clip that acts to hold the points shut, and this spring causes the movable point to snap back into contact with the stationary point mounted to the distributor plate. When the cam rotates out of contact, if this is unclear, take the distributor cuff off of a breaker point equipped engine and rotate the engine manually, watching the parts move, and interplay will become obvious. The spring clip is electrically insulated from the distributor body so that primary circuit is grounded only when the points are closed. When the points are touching each other, electricity runs from the battery through the coil and to the engine block, which is grounded to the negative terminal on the battery. The current running through the winding in the ignition coil builds up a powerful electrical field that is unleashed when the points separate. No longer able to go to ground through the points, the electricity, which is seeking the easiest spot to ground, rushes through the secondary circuit to the coil wire to the top of the distributor cap, where it is transmitted to the distributor rotor. The rotor is fixed to the top of the distributor shaft and revolves around the inside of the distributor. Each contact giving its pulse on the circumference of the distributor cap a shot of electricity as it passes by. The post has wires attached to them, and these lead to spark plugs that ignite the fuel or air mixture in the cylinder. The spark has to be timed so that it sets off the gas at the right part of the piston cycle, usually when the piston is near the top of the cylinder. On most engines, ignition timing is set by loosening a distributor hold-down bolt, and rotating the distributor to advance or retard the spark timing. Old-time garage jockeys used to set timing by ear, turning the distributor until the engine sounded right. Most mechanics use a timing light that takes a signal from a spark plug wire and releases a pulse of light every time the spark plug wire has electricity running through it. The light is aimed at one of the pulleys on the front of the engine, and the distributor is rotated until a notch of the pulley lines up with the mark of the pulley guard. And that's the end of the discussion. I hope you learned something in this discussion. God bless and thank you for watching.